What's up, everybody? Another episode of Smoking That Ish coming at you. It's a little late here. I apologize for my voice in advance. It's probably going to give out here. It's a little bit late. Been working on this pretty hard. Today, we're going to be talking about KRISTI NOEM's book, how KRISTI NOEM's book may really be the end for her, not just nationally, but locally as well, and I'll tell you why. Urban extracts, concentrates that will put the black market out of business in South Dakota. Also, rare earth craft cannabis news from the hills, news of the return of a customer favorite. The DEA questions marijuana's medical validity. And the National Drug Threat Assessment report that they wrote. Cartel's new way to get to their customers of all ages. We're going to cover that and more on this episode of Smoking That Ish. Thank you for joining. Shout out to the D-Game Studios and D-Game Podcast, which directly takes a hit because he has to spend more time working on this podcast, posting shows, editing, etc., so on and so forth. So go and check him out. Go check out some of the newer episodes, some of the older ones. See how the podcast has grown. DGame6923 on YouTube. Go ahead and check that out. Shout out to the Tea Tree and the whole crew over there. Really doing everything they can to get the customers the best medicine available, cannabis with a purpose. They will be moving to a new location across from the antique store and Patient's Choice, closer to the interstate, and hopefully that makes them easier to find, gives them a nice little boost. Excuse me. Also, they include the tax in the advertised price inside the dispensary, and that makes it super easy not to overspend. So shout out to the guys over there for taking care of the patients. Shout out to Patient's Choice. I tried to stop again this week, but the door was locked. I was there like 3:10, 3:15. This is the 19th of May. So bummer. Sucks that you guys were forced to open in that trailer and not in the building you wanted to because you have to be open for so many days a year and your building's not ready, etc. Hopefully you can have a big grand opening when your building is ready and get off to a really good start, you know? Let's cover some comments and exciting news for the ish. I've noticed that 25% of viewers are not subscribed. So if you could go ahead and just give it a click, stop by the channel, and show your support, I would really appreciate that. Every little bit helps. Also, comment any point in the episode. Back to comments now, or two comments now. Charlie Hempseed, always showing his support and hoping that recreational goes through. I think we all are. I think we're ready for it, especially if Big Pharma's going to start getting their hands in it. We need to get a grip on what we're doing quick. A whole so dank. He had this to say about the rescheduling. Schedule 1 to 3 is a gift to Big Pharma. Pfizer holds the patents on synthetic THC. Legalize or decriminalize is all I want to see. I agree partially with what he said here. I don't know if Pfizer has the patents to synthetic THC or not. But I know the rescheduling gets Big Pharma in the door, and that's not good for anybody. The potential for corruption is way too high. They've already shown that the only thing they care about is money, not us. You know, we're going to have, smokable Zoloft and stuff coming or something, the equivalent. The industry is bad enough. We don't need Big Pharma dipping their stick in it. I mean, they gave us the opioid crisis. Isn't that enough? I think we're good. He also said that the dispensaries can't advertise according to state law, so that's why you won't see them advertising officially anywhere. At Drew George, welcome. Just welcome. Thanks for leaving a comment. Welcome, dude. War Relic Records. I'm sure you guys will see them all over the comments. This is a guy that hopefully he's going to be kind enough to finally give the ish an intro and an outro, maybe even a whole song. So big thank you. I can't wait to show you guys what he comes up with. And now, and also, dude, just hope you're doing well and fucking thank you, dude. Big shout out. Really appreciate it, man. The goodies. What did I get today from the tea tree? Today I got a London Pound Pops pre-roll, half-gram pre-roll from Pure Bliss, and it was 25.89% THC, costed $8. The visual was disappointing out of the super cool glass tube. The super cool tube. This tube is awesome. I really, really like this. But when you drop the thing, it didn't look appealing. And at a price of $8, it was gone way too soon. Left me wanting more. I personally believe that half grammars should always come doubled up. That's just my opinion. So maybe you think different. Let me know what you think in the comments. Lemon Oreos. I got an eighth of that. Lemon Oreos is from Pure Bliss. It is a 31.27% THC sativa hybrid. It cost $47.08, which I think would make this, that categorizes it as a top shelf bud. You expect top shelf weed. If you're paying $20 to $30 an eighth, okay, that's bottom. You get what you get. You're paying $30 to $40, that's mid-level. You expect pretty damn good shit at that level. And then $40 to $50, it better be cream of the crop, top-notch, best shit out there, 100%. So that's just the way I think. With the way prices are going now, y'all are going to be disappointed when Urban Extract starts dropping flower. Them and the crop shop are doing big things, dude. And apologies to the crop shop for not shouting you out more in the last episode. I just went with what I was told by the bud tenders. I didn't find out that Urban Extracts mainly did the manufacturing on that bud. So sorry for not giving you more shout outs. You guys are doing an amazing job, obviously. This bud here, pop it again for you, it's just frosted to death, dude. It's got great trichomes on it. It's literally dusty, dude. Dusty, gorgeous, green, just hit, dude. This is gonna be a keefy. This is gonna be heavy keef off of this strain. Smells sweet and super citrus. With a little bit of pepper. After you smell it and you set it down for a while, you might get a little hint of pepper in the back. Maybe that's supposed to be there. Maybe that's just me. It should be a hard-hitting, strong high. Functionality is a question, though, because like I said, this is a keefy one, dude. This is heavy. And next, we're going to be covering Grape Rock Candy and Banana Buttercup. I got an eighth from Dakota Natural Growers, and I want to clear this whole beef thing up here. I'm not shitting on Dakota Natural Growers about anything. I just think that Tom could stand to be a little bit more humble. I understand the hype. I understand wanting to push your product as hard as you can, but I feel like a little bit of humble would go a long ways right now. And if that burns your ass, then whatever, dude. This right here, though, this Grape Rock Candy crossed with Banana Buttercup, dude. Dakota Natural Growers, 27.86% THC, $37.66, dropping this to a mid-grade price. Not a mid-grade bud, but a mid-grade price. And when you open this, dude, yeah, it's shiny like a Christmas ornament. And it has gorgeous trichomes once again, and the color has a nice wow factor when you open it because it's a really nice dark black throughout the bud, and that makes the trichomes and shit shine. To get technical, makes it shine that much more. It's really beautiful. It smells fruity as can be. Big, strong grape overtones in the front, giving way to like smushed bananas in the back end. I bet you taste the buttercup on the exhale on this. I bet you it's really sweet and smooth. The buds are a little bit dry, but they retain their density, and I am for sure excited to smoke this one. So I would recommend getting either one of these, of the two strains. They both look incredible. I might go with the Grape Rock Candy Banana Buttercup just based off of price. Price has got to come down, guys. You can't keep doing this. Price has got to come down or you're going to get blown out of the water, dude. I'm just saying the time's coming. The time of charging ridiculous prices is over. It's time to start charging real prices, and that's going to be coming real soon. So just on price alone on that one, I mean, that grape rock candy is good bud. That's damn good bud. Yeah, so I'm excited to try those out later. Check out our Instagram, of course. Smoking That Ish Part Deux, DEUX. Those of you who like Hot Shots, you get it. And not Hot Shots, the TV show about eating hot wings. Hot Shots, the movie, dude. Take it back a little bit. We're talking historical facts, okay? You ever seen somebody shoot a man with a chicken out of a bow and arrow? Well, then you don't know what I'm talking about, do you, son? All right, moving on. Urban extracts are changing the game, dude. They're changing the game, or as all you greedy motherfuckers say, they're fucking up the game for everybody. No, they're fucking it up for you greedy sons of bitches. They have concentrates available for $25 a gram at Superior Buds in Mitchell, and I'm sure they are available at other places as well. I'm just going off of what I've seen, and I've seen them there, and there's multiple selections. And if you liked what they did with fucking DNG when they did that sugar stuff, that was delicious. If you like that, dude, you're gonna love everything that they do. I call them the Midas company of cannabis right now, because everything they touch turns to gold, dude. King Midas company of cannabis right now. They're changing it for the better, dude, for us, for the customers. Finally, a company coming out, taking a shot at the black market, dropping their prices, and actually doing something instead of just talking about it. Get your asses out there and support these guys. Support Urban Extracts. Buy their dabs. Buy their fucking carts. And when their buds available, buy their damn buds. Get out there. Get that Dirty 30 from the crop shop. It was fucking incredible. I mean, these guys deserve your support, dude. And now, moving on, Rare Earth Craft Cannabis is not only up and running, but should have some wonderful, fully organic product coming to you guys as soon as they possibly can. Keep an eye out for it. Know that we here at Smoking That Ish are supporting you, and we are wishing you the very best, and hope that you just start dropping bangers again, because you were on top of your game before that stupid fucking fire, dude. From the Hills is cultivating a fan favorite. Can you guess what it is? No, go ahead, guess. No, come on. Give me one guess. No, it's Jelly Donuts round 2, dude. Already round 2. I thought we just got done with round 1 like a month ago. Nah, that shit's already popping off again, dude. So shout out to From the Hills. Some people, I had somebody try and tell me that they don't like the flower, and everybody has their personal choice, but they tried to tell me it has no smell, no nose on it. It's got no nose on it, and it's got no flavor, but that Jelly Donuts that's got both, dude. If you didn't fuck around with that Jelly Donuts, maybe you don't know. So, and that's not on you. Maybe you just, give them another shot. Maybe you just grabbed the wrong buds. So, From the Hills, doing it big, bringing back the Jelly Donuts. Thank you, dude. Love that Jelly Donuts. Shit was delicious, smelled wonderful. If you could get like some peanut butter, if you got a peanut butter strain that you could possibly release maybe around the same time. And then, here's a crazy idea. PB&J pre-rolls, dude. But like 2 different buds mixed. I think that's an untapped market. Mixing your pre-rolls. We mixed a little bit of this and a little bit of that. We gave it a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Huh? I think that's an untapped market, people. Maybe that's just me, but I'd smoke them. I like mixing my buds up, dude. It's fun. You could still keep some original, pure ones, but mix some of them buds maybe. I think that would be a good area for people to get into. Start mixing up some buds, dude. Mix them together. That's where we're going to go anyways. Once we figure out the full effects and stuff, you're going to have to mix and match depending on what you're trying to treat, Even whether it's fucking, you're not medically taking it, you're just taking it because you had a shitty day. How shitty of a day? Are you pissed off? Are you depressed? Are you fucking, do you feel like hiding in your house? Do you feel like smashing through a wall? There's buds to treat all that. So let's mix and match, dude. Have a fucking bud and just call it or have a pre-roll. and just call it the bad day buddy or something. I'm throwing out, these are free ideas, people. I'm throwing this out. This is gold, dude. The bad day buddy. What strain is that? Nah, it's these two strains crossed together. It's supposed to give you a euphoric and then a hard-hitting fucking relaxed high. You know, something like that. Something like a power nap. God, what would you cross power nap with? It's so brutal. I'd cross it with like a sherbet cream cake. Something on the lighter sweet end, you know? I'd cross it with that. Yeah. And you could do that. Bad day buddies. You just have them for sale. 1 gram bad day buddies. Whoever wants to jump on that first, go ahead. That's free for you. Just support the damn show at least, you know? I mean, come on. All right, here we go. Sorry for chugging Red Bull on here and shit. I'm not supposed to drink it, but whatever. It's fucking late, dude. So here we go. Kristi Noem might actually be toast 100%, not just nationally with her vice presidential hopes dashed to the side, but locally as well, dude. Like I said on the last episode towards the end, if any of you stayed to the end, I could see how people could get around the dog shooting thing because stuff happens. Farmers do tend to shoot dogs around South Dakota. It's just a thing, the way shit is. But this is how that would have played out if that was all she did. The right calls the left crybabies, points out numerous instances where dogs killed people, probably children. They'd throw a lot of children in there. Tons of Cujo references, and off to the next thing we go. They'd bury it like that and move on. But lying about meeting Kim Jong-un, among other things, is not going to fly with the right. They don't mind if you omit the truth, if you just don't talk about certain things. But if you come out and flat out lie, they'll support a psycho, but not an obvious liar and bootlicker like Kristi Noem. You tried too hard. You Icarused it, okay? You flew super high, got too close to the sun, burned your wings, and now you're on that plummet back down. And you know what? We've been down here the whole time. The people that you claim to represent, we've been down here the whole time wondering what the fuck you're doing. So welcome back, and hopefully you can get your head out of your ass, and we can, you know, sit down, burn a doober, and talk shit out. Huh? You wouldn't do that, would you? Would you? Be a great episode. And that's just it. She just tried too hard. And to add injury to insult, she called it No Going Back, which is the name of this episode, in honor. And then she had to go back and make a ton of changes to all the blatant lies that were in there, and that opened her up to being a joke on social media, every comedy show nationwide, Saturday Night Live, everything else. I really wish South Dakota would get noticed for something that wasn't horrible or incredibly stupid, but we got Noem. We're powered by Noem around here, and she's dumb as shit. I think, like I said, I think this not only dashes her vice presidential hopes, but puts her office in South Dakota at risk as well. People don't like liars in a place where a man's only worth his word. It's going to be so hard for her to come back from this. Before I thought she had a chance, but then I went home, I watched a lot of videos, and damn, dude. Yeah, you flat out lied a lot, and that's toast. You had it. You had it. You were right there. There was no need for this book at all. You didn't need to do it. You didn't need to do the book. Doesn't that... I hope it burns your ass every time you think about it, too. Because that's what you deserve. This is karma coming at you for all the lies about cannabis and the lies you told us when we voted for it the first time. Stings, don't it? Mm-hmm. Maybe be a better person next time. All right, where are we at for time there, killer? Sitting at 20 minutes. I was gonna get into a lot of this report. And you know what? I'm still gonna dive into it, but the next episode is gonna cover this report in depth. This is just grazing over it. A shout out to marijuanamoment.net for the information I got from this. But I'm just going to glance over this. I don't want to dive into it too far because, like I said, next episode, we're really going to cover this because it's pretty interesting. Personally, I think the DEA might be being a little bit sneaky about this, or they could just be covering their bases. The National Drug Threat Assessment, which is what the report is called, has them, I think, questioning the validity of marijuana's medical properties and the legitimacy of state medical programs. They don't say it outright. They use a lot of weird single quotes, or as the person who wrote the article called them, scare quotes. Ooh, single quotes instead of two, terrifying. But this is how they used it. And that, just so you know, the National Drug Threat Assessment is the DEA's, there goes a boy, I told you, is the DEA's comprehensive strategic assessment of illicit drugs and trafficking trends endangering the United States. Marijuana, this is in quotes, marijuana remains illegal at the federal level. It has been legalized or decriminalized at the state level for recreational use in 24 states and the District of Columbia, and for medical use in 38 states and the District of Columbia, the NDTA says. Ann Milgram, who is the DEA administrator, says the country's shift towards synthetic drugs like fentanyl and meth has resulted in the most dangerous and deadly crisis the U.S. has faced. There's been some world wars and shit. Been kind of scary, you know. At the heart of the synthetic drug crisis are the Sinaloa, and I know I'm not going to pronounce this right, Jalisco. It's Jalisco, Jalisco cartels and their associates who DEA is tracking worldwide. That's right. That's right, cartels. They're watching you. Ooh. They're not doing anything, but I mean, they're watching you do all the shit that you're doing. So you have fans. The suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and money launderers all play a role in the web of deliberate and calculated treachery orchestrated by these cartels. DEA will continue to use all available resources to target these networks and save American lives. Yes. They're doing this for you. If they would just do what their report says, this would be great. Fentanyl and other synthetic opioids are responsible for approximately 70% of lives lost, while meth and other synthetic stimulants are responsible for approximately 30% of deaths. I'm going to give you a minute to do that fucking math. Carry the one. Do you got it? That means that fentanyl, synthetic opioids, meth, and synthetic stimulants account for 100% of drug-related deaths in the U.S. That's 100 fucking percent. What more reason do you need? I would say we leave all the other drugs alone and we attack these drugs until other drugs start killing people, and then we go after those drugs. No? Makes too much sense? Thought so. All right. hard living in a place run by people who are so fucking dumb and bureaucratic. Not that I'm a fucking genius, but it's in their own goddamn report. It's in their own report. Fentanyl is very dangerous. I'm sure you know, I hope you know, you better fucking know. If not, you're about to learn. About 2 milligrams can kill you, which is a tiny little fucking dusting of it. Can be potentially fatal. Pills confiscated by the DEA in recent years, the last couple years, range from 0.2 milligrams of fentanyl to 9 milligrams of fentanyl per pill. I don't know if you can do, once again, the math, but that means that's enough to kill 4 people with a little bit left over for somebody. All right? That's ridiculous. Don't do pills, people. If you're out there, if you're watching this, stop doing fucking pills, man. Don't do them. If you're thinking about maybe trying them, don't. Fucking don't. Just don't. Okay? Don't. Fentanyl also doesn't play well with some other opioids, making it that much more dangerous for addicts. Because you're an opioid addict, you're going, some of them are doing this pill, that pill, heroin here, this here, and some of that shit doesn't mix well with fentanyl and can fucking kill you. There we go. There's more overdose deaths. Seizures of fentanyl have doubled in the last 2 years. The report goes on to say that after learning about all this, about how dangerous fentanyl is, they go back to talking about marijuana. The report goes on to say that the main waste of their money, the main suppliers of illicit marijuana are cannabis growers and processors operating inside the U.S. The black market for marijuana continues, with substantial trafficking by Mexican cartels and Chinese and other Asian organized groups profiting from illegal cultivation and sales, as well as exploitation of the legal market. Federal data from 2023 shows that marijuana seizures at the U.S.-Mexico border have fallen 29% since 2022. That's a 98% decline since 2013. So are they, I don't know, catapulting it over the border? Are we just not looking for it? As we said in a previous episode talking about New Mexico and their border patrol problems, most of the people stopped by the border patrol and U.S. Customs are U.S. citizens. And that's most of the weed, the marijuana that they confiscate is from U.S. citizens. So that's complete horseshit there. But the cartels are finding a new way to advertise to everybody of all ages, including men, women, children. They now use social media to advertise. I don't know if you've been on Instagram lately, but there are people popping up all the time with links to this and links to that, trying to sell you every illegal drug on the face of the earth. Meanwhile, we get dinged for marijuana on ours, and I'm scared to even post prices on my Instagram for fear of them hitting me for trying to sell something to a child. It's fucking, and you can put whatever you want for educational purposes only, blah, 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 blah. The algorithm will still fucking ding you, dude. It doesn't care. Instagram, fix your shit, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. The Sinaloa cartel does collect billions of dollars in the synthetic trade. It has never stopped trafficking cocaine, heroin, and marijuana, says the report. The Jalisco cartel, I'm going to pronounce it like that because it's fun, are the main supplier of cocaine to the U.S. markets, according to the DEA, and they traffic ton quantities of heroin and marijuana into the United States. But where? They're growing it here. And the only reason they're getting away with growing it is because you're up your ass fighting legal fucking cannabis, dude, instead of just legalizing it and fucking monitoring it and having this all over with and moving the fuck on to something else that we could be covering. Sorry. It's so frustrated to watch just this circle where we just dance through all this bullshit. The DEA budget submission to congressional lawmakers shows the agency focusing on synthetic substances like fentanyl because of the overdose epidemic in the U.S. But Big Pharma seems to be scot-free. They're free and clear. They got everyone hooked on opioids, which led to them becoming heroin addicts when they took the opioids away from them, which led to them using fentanyl to prolong the high of the heroin so they didn't have to buy as much, which led to them dying from overdoses. So Big Pharma did it, and they just get to skate on scot-free, no problem. Nobody's going to do nothing to them. After all, we're the only country where they're allowed to advertise to us for pills we don't fucking need. And we go and ask our doctor, hey, have you heard of this? Should I be taking it? Who the fuck does that? I'm going to get flagged for too many F-bombs on this episode, too. I know it. The end of the channel because I got frustrated. Large amounts of deaths are being reported as accidental overdoses, which is a change. It's mostly people who didn't know what they were taking. They thought they were taking something else. They took something laced with fentanyl. I mean, you got Mac Miller, Prince, fucking Whitney Houston. How many other people? So many, and that's just famous people. Not to mention, that's thousands of everyday people dead. Somebody overdoses every 5 minutes in the United States. Remember that. Remember that. That should hit heavy. It really should, because we lost 6 people while you were watching this fucking show, dude. 6 people died. Just from overdosing on opioids and synthetic bullshit. Damn, dude. Hate to end on a sad note, but that's just where we're at. Marijuana and psilocybin are mentioned briefly as subjects of federal research, so that's something. Join us next week when I break down the National Drug Threat Assessment in depth. Among other things, I'll break down all 50-some-odd pages myself, hopefully in a much shorter, more entertaining way. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but it's rewarding. Thanks for smoking that ish.